got like 0 delay on this stream, so it should go up instantly.
I will let you know. Yeah, it's up.
Go up instantly. Oh crap! I can hear myself.
Let you know. Yeah, it's up.
Instantly.
Just
Oh
gotta
crap!
mute
I
your
can hear
stream.
myself.
Yeah, it's up.
Muted. Whew.
Mm.
That was.
Sweet.
I can look at the stream chat too.
I don't have. Let's just get that out of there. All right, so that means I'm definitely So usually the plan is, I think originally we had this idea to do these on Friday, and usually put them up on the podcast. I think or did we say we would put them on the pod at Fridays? Is that the plan originally, Mike?
So maybe remember we did it so long ago.
I mean, it's Wednesday now, so I could probably edit it up for Friday and then just throw it in there.
Good.
I think this would be a hot topic.
I've been kind of bored on list building until recently, so.
It's not a hot take, it's a hot topic.
Okay. It is a edgy teen store.
Hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy, yeah.
Can you see the stream though? I want you to see my shirt before we really start.
I can see it. I can see it.
All right, let's see if I can do this.
What's on it.
Oh, we got 5 viewers. What's up,
Can you
guys?
see it?
Is that a tiger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy in Ryu.
It's Calvin and Hobbes doing Ryu and Sagat.
Yeah, it's the guy in Ryu.
Yeah, dude. Sagat was my favorite as a kid.
God.
Sagat,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
I used to play Sagat back in CVS too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like god tier in that game.
Oh god.
When his double leg kick was insane, and then they kept
dude,
nerfing him.
Dude, you know what else is god tier about CVS 2? The soundtrack.
Soundtrack. Oh, dude, listen. Any fighting game that was made early 2000s or right in that era had the best soundtrack. Period.
Dude,
like
that's so good.
The only one that sucks kind of is Marvel 2, but who cares? Because Marvel 2 is awesome to watch, so you really don't care about the soundtrack. That's why you see so many.
Marvel 2 has a good soundtrack. Oh, it's just weird and wacky, but it's low.
It's weird and wacky, yeah. But if you do like a custom track, like people do for Marvel, oh god, it's the best.
Yeah.
I never thought I would live in La Vida Loca watching a video game, and it's in Marvel 2. If you get a chance, watch the Sanford Justin first to 10. In the last game, literally, it's Living La Vida Loca with Ricky Martin as they're playing in the final game for the first to 10. And I was like, this is so good. I don't know why it's working.
Charles is asking which fighting game character is each of us, and I guess Jacob by extension.
I'm gonna make Chewie's camera bigger because he's got a dog in the background. I kind of just wish the dog had his own webcam.
Yeah, I might have to get a dog webcam. He's doing good. By the way, this is the best he's ever been. This is freaking me out, actually.
He's being a good boy.
He's being a good boy today, and I don't know what it is. I feel like he did something wrong.
Oh, yeah, this is like doggy guilt.
Yeah.
Cut out some of the corner of Mike
So
there.
if I were a fighting game character, man, honestly, dude.
See, yeah, I don't see myself as very tough, so it's not a great question.
I don't either.
If it was the fighting game character I wish I was, then we're talking. I played a lot of female characters too, which is kind of awkward. So I don't know.
Dude, I would probably be. My style is probably Guile, just annoyingly defensive. Or Dhalsim or something like that.
I'm gonna cheat and say I used to play a lot of Gambit in Marvel vs. Capcom. Was it the second one he was in? Or was it the first? It wasn't the first one I played.
He's
right?
in the second one.
Yeah.
He's in the X-Men Street Fighter games.
First of all, I never played competitively.
Actually, he was in Marvel 1 too, wasn't
he?
Which one?
Gambit.
Yeah, he's in Marvel 1. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I played 1 with Gambit. Was he in 2? He wasn't in 2, was he?
Everyone was in 2.
Everyone's in 2.
Oh, literally everyone? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just played against my friends, but I would force Gambit, and I got decent at him. Yeah, because Gambit.
Me, it would have to be a mix between... Because I play so many different characters, it's weird. So, probably... But it's between Magneto and Wolverine. You know, I love Magneto. It's Magneto.
Hell yeah.
Mix up.
Sentinel was a beast. I don't think I'm a Sentinel, but I had a lot of fun playing that guy. Yeah. I played Sagat. I played Akuma in the Street Fighter. Was it 3 when it all came back, you know?
Oh, Street Fighter 4 was.
Yeah,
was
4.
like-
Yeah, 4 was the one when everything was cool again.
Oh man.
Yeah, that
We're
Akuma was
doing-
fun, man.
We're doing Marvel 3. I probably have to go Morgan. Just like
Huh?
also annoyingly defensive.
For a minute, I thought you meant Morgan Reed, and I was like, wait, we're doing
No,
that?
Yeah.
Darkstalker's Morgan.
For me, if it's Marvel 3, Wesker. I love Wesker so much.
Yeah, I can see that. Wesker's not like a rushdown man.
Oh my god.
I don't know. In
Mix it up
Marvel,
with Sentinel Cross.
in Marvel, I played Sentinel, Cable, and something else. Usually, I probably like would force Gambit or something more cute, but yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Ooh, Mortal Kombat. I played like all the ninjas.
I haven't played much Mortal Kombat.
In Mortal Kombat 2, I played Shang Tsung because I could play everything, so it was like, why decide?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, Reptile.
Yeah?
Yeah, Reptile.
Reptile was so trash, though, in MK2.
He was.
They made him better eventually, right?
Oh my god, MK9, he was amazing. He was
Yeah.
so fun to play doing like Rush. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played the upper Mortal Kombats. That, like, I don't know.
I definitely
Yeah.
had a main in MK9, and I don't remember who it was. I need to look at the roster.
The only thing in life that actually makes me feel old is fighting games.
It does.
Uh,
Ages you, actually.
yeah, because like when I was a youngin' with energy and time to learn all those moves and feel like all that, and then now I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm too old for this shit. I'm like
Yes.
you guys
wanna
Riggs or whatever from Lethal Weapon.
weapon of choice in anything.
Oh, it's
Oh.
beautiful.
I played Ermac in MK9. He's my
Ermac.
favorite.
Oh,
He's
God,
my
he was-
favorite.
In one of their early, like their, I don't even know what number it was, but I played Rain. He was fun.
Yeah.
Juggling everybody. That was a long time ago. That's like probably like Mortal Kombat 5 or something. I don't even
I
know.
think that was MK Trilogy actually, or
Maybe.
or UMK3.
Yeah, it was like Ultimate or something where they brought back and it was like a ton of characters ran it.
That's by far the best like Mortal Kombat game.
That game was almost like Smash Brothers with so many characters.
God. Oh my god. And like the run cancels and all that.
Yeah, that was good times. The running, I loved it.
So.
But you guys want to get started for real here?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, I guess I'll introduce it. So this is still kind of unnamed segment, episode 2 of the plan, the Mike and Sploosh build rosters thing here, and we have our first guest, Chewy, to join us. How you doing, Chewy?
What's up, man? How you guys doing today?
Doing.
Is he actually a guest?
Yeah, am I a guest?
Yeah, for this show and what we're up to, he is. And he's always
Okay.
welcome for every episode until the point where we just say, well, is this guy actually just a host? But yeah, I'm happy you guys are here and happy we're doing this. I don't know, Mike, do we want to explain like why we haven't done this before, like recently? Like I know it's been months really since we've did our first
It's been a long
episode.
time. I haven't been super excited about list building lately. I've been a little bored.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Daredevil is one of my favorite characters, and he's actually really sweet in this game now. So
yeah, I also think that when we would discuss roster building, it got kind of dry because we were just like, it didn't matter what roster it was. We were talking too much about Black Order and too much about, I don't know, what was the other one? Just mostly it was how to beat Thanos and stuff like that, and it kind of just
yeah,
sucked the life out of the experience a little bit. So
Yeah.
it just felt like, I don't know. I think we were hoping for mini stratavanza to bail us out a little bit. And
so funnily enough, I think Daredevil is actually really good into those Thanos tall lists.
cool. All right. Well, I guess let's get into it then. I actually haven't played much Shadowland Daredevil at all. I kind of wrote him off during last season because he didn't really combo, in my opinion, with like a syndicate normal Kingpin
Well, he
list.
wasn't legal, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he was arguably could have been legal, then they chose not to or whatever because they didn't want to deal with the grunt situation.
Yeah,
Right.
Correct. But that doesn't stop me as the syndicate player from thinking about the character, And
Yes.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you just slam this guy into a Kingpin roster. I think that would be a mistake. It might work, a little bit, but and I don't know, maybe there's some things you could do to make that work. Because first of all, like Hood and Cat are already in that roster, right? So
Right, yep.
it's not that tough. So I guess you'd probably have to cut like Black Panther or something for Daredevil, and they're very nearly the same character on some level. Daredevil doesn't have the pounce, doesn't move long. I mean, it's unfortunately some things that are not great, but in
They're
comparison,
like the same durability.
yeah, they're similar in durability. Their stat lines are actually shockingly similar. Actually, just looking at them right now.
Yeah, they're identical. Other than
Very
Yeah.
similar.
long move.
He doesn't just attack and move people, but he does bring ninjas with him. That kind of makes ninjas are a whole conversation in themselves, though. Like they kind of make priority weird, but that's kind of fine if you're bringing all according to plan. So I don't know. I just felt like it is.
No, they don't make prior weird.
Well, they can.
Not really. If your opponent passes when like the grunts allow them to, then they can give you prio.
Yeah.
Which, I guess if you're trying to go late for like control, it can be annoying. But Daredevil's not really about control. He's about just
Well, right, but I'm still
running up and beating the pulp.
Running
out of
and
people.
beating.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to rationalize him in a Kingpin roster first, right? Because I think that's worth discussing. You know, we shouldn't assume or imply that everyone knows what we know or believes what we believe. You know, so I'm always open to being wrong, and people in the chat maybe could throw out their 2 cents, but as competitively, I want the absolute most optimized roster, and it just felt to me like any tiny change I made for Shadowland Daredevil was not in the direction that Kingpin wanted, and so that would be me losing maybe percentage points in that roster. I think it's doable and could work. Like, obviously, I mean, MCP in general, like everything can kind of work, but if you're thinking competitively and with like optimization in mind, I just think, like, for example, losing Panther for Daredevil, though they're similar, they're still not the same, and Panther still offers a lot of abilities to do things, you know. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just curious.
Well, and I have my roster. I could just bring it up.
I think
so
I
you
have
could
it
see.
memorized. But,
Yeah, of course you do. But so I mean, in something like this, you'd probably be losing Panther unless, of course, you're. I mean, you cut Black Order entirely, but that just changes the roster.
I mean, honestly, like,
because
hold up. Where's Black Panther? Is he up at the top?
it's right over here. Oh, sorry.
And yeah, just bring in another rapid fire character. That's like good.
right, but then what do you cut? Right, like
No, this is your 10. This is actually pretty sweet.
That's 9. that's actually 9 right now.
right, but
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
no,
this is the roster I was bringing, which I still feel very strongly about.
Yeah, but you don't need Black Order anymore.
But you really don't.
Yeah,
honestly.
but Corvus was a beast, prio stealing and all that stuff. I mean, it works in the affiliation, man. Having the ability to kind of be aggro and also controlling at the same time, I find it very powerful. I mean, I got carried by Corvus randomly.
But I'm telling you, with the reroll it.
And when things get weird and wide, you just go with Panther. You know?
No, I think you could definitely just play this with another rapid fire beater,
Yeah,
and then you're good to go.
and you're fine.
So
You're throwing a lot of dice, a lot at character.
Yeah, dude. I've
Yeah.
been playing Daredevil,
You're
Hood,
doing
and
a lot.
Bucky
It
with
makes-
Moon Knight,
yeah.
and I'm like tabling people.
Yeah, you're literally gonna. You're almost damn near almost guaranteed the rapid fire almost every time. Like you're pumping in a lot of dice into those characters. I mean, they can't block everything. You know what I mean? It's really
yeah,
strong.
maybe this roster could just add Juggernaut or something.
That's
I think you want another gunner. When I don't play Moon Knight,
Well,
I definitely feel slightly.
Well, and keep in mind, in this version that we're discussing in this hypothetical, this would be more Kingpin focused in my mind. Like you're
Yeah,
bringing,
sure. You could do both.
yeah, sure. But I'm just saying, what would be the character to make Kingpin happy?
well, Juggernaut.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe
what I mean?
Juggernaut.
I mean, Juggernaut just feels. I mean, he's a tanky 5. He does everything almost. almost.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You could play Modok actually.
if
There's
yeah,
Modok
if we're
too.
getting so, this goes into really more my feelings about, because these would be the heavy hitters, right? That are not,
Mhm.
because you're not bringing Corvus obviously at this point. Um, so I think these two, Magneto and Modok, are cute with Daredevil because they both have rerolls and they enjoy skull rerolls. They're heavy hitters.
My one
Yeah.
concern with Magneto is getting him in, like, once he gets displaced, how are you getting him back into the game, right? Same
Yeah.
thing with MODOK too, but I think Magneto has a bigger issue because his
You
attack is range 3 versus MODOK, which is range 4.
you definitely bring climbing gear in this roster.
Yo, 100%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're keeping it like, you're trying to do both with Kingpin and Felon, yeah, absolutely. And if you go with the small one, but that's why I would just throw in Jugs because I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, Jug just seems like.
You know what I mean? Like,
Also, Jugs is immune to stagger and stun, which is two like insanely relevant
it's
things.
huge. Yeah, absolutely.
When Asgard gets more popular, Jugs is less annoyed by shock than potentially these characters, which would also be really annoying. I think when we see Thor become popular again, Shock's going to become annoying, which actually kind of annoying for rapid fire characters when you get
Shock
shocked.
is pretty bad on Bucky and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a whole. I actually think Asgard's like super well positioned, and that may be another episode.
I think, yeah, that'd be another
Yeah.
episode. I think in a month from now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. So like my gripe with MODOK is he's just not mobile enough for the way the game's played right now. You got like a lot more pay to flips. I mean, he also just doesn't like pay to flips in general, but due to his defensive stats, it's like 2-3-3. I guess energy's okay-ish. He's probably fine on like deadly meteors, but he definitely doesn't want to play Mutant Madman, and he absolutely doesn't want to play Spider Portals. That would be a nightmare.
Be a real nightmare.
Which is something you need to deal with right now.
Right. And if you notice, look at how much control you have on your team right now. You have Lizard with a push, Panther with a push, Toad has a push, Juggernaut has a push.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Kingpin has the push. Like, dude, like
Yeah.
this. Look at it. Like,
It's
and on
pretty
top of that,
decent.
yeah, dude. Like, it's.
Yeah, so this might be something worth testing out, and I do have a bit of a love affair with Corvus Proxima, I gotta say. Like,
Well, I mean,
the all according
you
to
like rolling, dude. You need to play Daredevil. You like rolling dice.
I
This
do.
guy,
it's just
he
all,
is the dice
dude,
machine.
try it. I'm telling you right
all
now.
according to plan. Corvus is just a drug, man, and
Dude,
like
no,
just
no,
being a
stop
god of
it,
priority.
listen.
I'm telling you right
Just
now.
play
You,
Follow Me with Daredevil.
you don't need all.
Hold
play
on.
Daredevil, you don't need all according to plan.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Follow Me is another drug that I have a fondness of. So you're talking my language. So I guess let's move on from this. You actually convinced me this might. I'm gonna actually screenshot this. I might have to put this in my at least try it at a local game store kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah, give it a shot, man.
Dude,
Like,
I
just-
watched. So Deaton is playing Shadowland Web Wars with me as well, and I told him about Follow Me. He played it today and took Prio with it, and it was pretty fucking sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Cool. All right. Well, let's make a different roster.
Yeah.
I will say.
This was just ad hoc. I just had it.
Yeah, this is just us goofing around and me thinking. It's just we normally try to go a little cold turkey on this and not have like a pre-planned roster, but Mike has been working on a roster anyway, so I guess I'll let you run this show, Mike. What do you want to talk about next here with Shadowland Daredevil?
Sure. So we can talk about Daredevil a little bit. So he is he has like fixed cable leadership.
Except better
there's,
because you can reroll skulls.
Yeah, also true. so some things that are like not super obvious with Daredevil is that he wants wide extracts, but he's an aggro character. So it's like weird, and at first glance, it's like weirdly unintuitive. Because the more stuff there is on the table, the more damage you do. And a lot of my games with him, I find you just put a bunch of shit on the board, and then you just massacre everybody with rerolls, and then you just like score the game out really quickly in like 3 or 4 when your opponent's characters are all like dazed. And then obviously leadership it's just it scales infinitely with attack volume, so rapid fire, and then he just happens to have like the best rapid fire in the game character in his affiliation with Hood. I guess Bucky too. Well, Bucky is like also affiliated.
Well, he adds an affiliation. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has like the 2 best rapid fire characters in affiliation.
Well, in affiliation?
Well, yeah.
I mean, Bucky doesn't pay for all according to plan, which is a negative.
No, that's
right?
the only downside, and I guess you can't do things like play cruel tutelage.
And that's yeah.
Cruel
And that's part of the
tutelage.
reason why I don't have
I
it.
don't love it because it just gives you dice to 1 attack, and you can get staggered. And when you're just all about dice volume, I feel like cruel tutelage would be great on something like Corvus, but you can't play it on Corvus. So,
Or Killmonger.
yeah, Killmonger. That's probably where that card has value. Isn't it,
Yeah.
Killmonger? Or like Usurp or something. I don't like it with rapid fire. I think
No, I don't either.
I think your blind obsession and like follow me are your cards that you want.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
also,
can you talk about, like, you mentioned the objectives very briefly, but, like, for example, Demons Downtown. Do I want to play Demons with Shadowland Daredevil or not?
No.
I think it
In my
depends on.
opinion.
I don't think I would prioritize it. I wouldn't play it in my list. But I think you can
Yeah.
play demons just fine.
'Cause, well, I think people will have a gut reaction that, oh, this is an attrition team. I should bring in Demons and Intrusions.
Yeah, that was my initial thing too when I played him when he came out. I was like, oh, he's like an aggro character. I play demons. But then the problem with demons is it's like incentivizes people to not stand on it. And
Right,
then-
and his leadership is based on contesting or holding objectives.
yes.
Right.
And Demons
Exactly.
and Intrusions make people not want to do that.
Well, intrusions you can stand. There's no penalty to stand. But demons
Right.
in particular
Well,
has that effect.
but you might be more inclined to leave one character on it instead of like 2 or 3. You know,
Right.
within
Yeah.
reason, of course. But you know what I'm saying. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I've been playing Daredevil on like map C's a lot lately. My opponents play map C into me with my extracts. It's
what
pretty
map
cool.
C, like Sword or
Meteors, Marefisk, lately.
okay.
That's what like Dizzard and Mark are playing in their lists, and I used to. Meteors is awful for Web Warriors. Daredevil actually kind of slays on Meteors. You can bring Black Panther with him and like Hood, Bucky, and like Moon Knight or something, and you just like table your opponent.
Dude, it's been a sight to see.
It maybe is obvious why this leadership is really good with Hood. I mean, Rapid Fire, that's 4 rerolls. But I mean, Winter Soldier's Red Fury is just kind of insane. You add in, if you're range once, you're already getting a reroll, so now it's 2 rerolls for, what is that? Potentially like 6 attacks or something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and if you get a hammer, it like gets even more absurd.
So you're saying Hammers, it's a good objective for
Oh
these
yeah,
guys.
hammers,
yeah.
Cubes, and Spider Infected are the slam dunk extracts for Daredevil, for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
All right.
So also Hood heals Daredevil, who counts blanks on defense. Pretty sweet. I feel like I could write an article about how to play Hood.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I like talk a lot of Hood love, and a lot of people are like, I don't just my Hood never does anything. I'm like, okay, you're just
My
not doing
Hood
something
does a
right.
lot of work.
I feel like Hood pops off every game, and kills like 3 characters, or he just like heals 12 points. Damage.
Yeah, I would say how
He's-
much
the thing
Hood
about him
kills. Yeah, go ahead, Sherry.
The thing about him is that he's always doing something if you're playing him properly, right? If you're just playing him and you have a one-track mind, like let's say for example, I'm trying out Hood and I just want to kill things, it might not work out all the time, right? But if you're playing him and looking at his kit and saying, okay, look, I didn't kill anything, but you know what, I have power to heal. It's like, wow, he really does a lot in a table. He doesn't need to KO or daze characters. Like, you can't play him one way is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? You have to use his kit to the best of his ability, and then you'll see what he's about. You know what I'm saying? Like what Mike just mentioned just now. He's like, he healed 12 points damage. Like, did Hood really need to do damage there? No, he just healed. And that's a huge thing. Like, healing is very, very important, you know? So, yeah, you know, to that comment, if people are saying that they're not getting much out of Hood, you have to keep, you know, You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just have a one-track mind.
I think a lot of people forget that you can charge Empowered Lightning in
Yes.
his demon form, and then auto transforms you into human, and then you can Hex Shot and
Yes.
like interact or heal somebody afterwards.
Right. I think people forget that because when I started playing him at first, about a month or two ago, when I got to his demon form, I would literally just charge and do builder. You know,
Yeah.
instead of doing spender and like have the mindset of okay, transform back and then hex. You know what I'm saying? And like get that
Yeah.
going. Once I changed that up, I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is the way to play
Yeah.
this character. And
It's way sicker that way.
way sicker that way. Yes, absolutely. So.
I also really like. I really like if he gets into like a one-on-one and can steal like a, maybe not a cube, but spider infected, for example, and then he has like super invulnerability when he's a demon, which in any kind of even remotely one-on-one situation, it's gonna be tough to take him down, and also when he has that super invulnerability, and then you play like Infinity, and you can just heal. It just makes him so
You mean
obnoxious.
Extremis?
Yeah, sorry, Extremis. Yeah.
There are times where like I just leave him in demon form, knowing that my opponent doesn't have the attack volume to kill him, and I just go later with him and clean everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well said. Anytime you have a character that can reliably go last and like not just get dazed out of nowhere, it's super powerful. There's a lot of characters like that in Syndicate in general, but Hood's definitely one of them. What form to be in is, I would assume you'd put in your article, because it's not simple. And I've definitely had issues where I went into demon form too soon, and I really needed him early on for the healing, and I regret that. But yeah, it's you got to play Hood a lot to get used to him and understand what he wants to be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, and like his transform thing is unique, right? Like on his lizard side, because it's like, oh my god, do this attack and I transform and all. It's not like Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man is like, spend a power, transform, and then uppercut, then you're back. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, okay, I'm a totally different character on this side, and I have different requirements for me to transfer back to human. Like on the builder is like if you daze or KO a model, you go back to human. On the Arc Lightning, you just go back after you use it. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need to have your action economy down. That's another word I like to use, action economy down with him when you're in that form. You got to make it count. Like, okay, what is your plan and how are you gonna what's the most effective way to use him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So. He has to. First of all, like you said, I have to read. I probably played Hood like 40 times, and I still read his card every game.
Oh God, I do too.
Because the possessed, changing thing blows my mind like every time, and that's some. I've learned by playing him last season. He has a lot of absurd interactions where you can do like invisibility cloak, and then somebody like before damage throws you, you take a damage, you switch forms, and you get like ultra invulnerability. And you can tank like insane damage and then he will transform. I forget what he has to take, a mystic or something, but there is a possibility he could transform back. I think it was because I was fighting Voodoo, and when he gets hit by mystic attacks, he can choose to change back to normal Hood.
In demon
form. Yeah, he has to. So I don't know. It just goes on, and I know it was Hood or Voodoo because it was Voodoo's spender. Does like the burn damage on you first, and then you switch forms, then you get hit by Mystic, and then you switch back again. And that also gives you 2 movements on the table, which could be amazing in the right situation.
Yeah, that's sick.
But yeah, we have a love affair. Sorry, we should probably move on.
Speaking of more love affair characters, Bucky.
Oh yeah, Hydra Bro.
Wait a minute, he's D tier, right?
F tier.
F tier. And you should not play him.
Got it. Absolutely. Noted.
I watched a video about that.
There's a video.
So Bucky puts out a comical amount of damage.
Yeah. I mean,
his spender also can like refund itself. It moves every character in the game.
Yeah, it does.
You can hide your tactics infinitely with extracts. He's affiliated.
He's affiliated.
Giving Bucky a reroll is like some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen.
Constantly gets rapid fire because you did that reroll.
If you're in range 1, you get double rerolls.
Double rerolls.
It's even dumber.
Yeah, I guess the reroll is kind of makes him Deadpool, but range 5 instead. I mean, I guess it's range 1 if you're using it though.
But the rapid fire is like way easier to trigger, and Bucky also builds power on his rapid fire attack, and Deadpool doesn't.
True. And there's bleed, because why not?
And Bucky's spender is way better than Deadpool's.
Way better.
India's Hydro Tactics.
Hey, I'm gonna
bag.
You know,
can trigger off grunts dying.
You know what? Every single time I play Bucky, what surprises me is he has 6 health when he flips. I always expect it to be like 4 or something, and then it's 6. It's just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
He's annoyingly durable.
Annoyingly durable.
6 health. And because he's just in the back of the board all the time, usually.
The fact that Hydro Tactics can pick the same character over and over, like I get,
Yes.
I get if you could do like Hydro Tactics off like 3 different characters, you'd be like the most hilarious like leapfrog game ever. But the fact that you can just pick one character and keep jumping off of them is also just silly.
Yeah.
Yep. And then move on to Black Cat, who I don't think we need to talk much about her.
No.
She's S tier.
She staggers things and
Yeah,
steals.
just stagger people all the time. When you run a spam list and your opponent has like one character that's annoying and you just stagger them and then murder everybody else and you play disarm or something, it's really funny.
Rude.
And then Bullseye's you're affiliated to, so if you're playing mono Daredevil, you probably put Bullseye. Or just criminals in general.
He's just really good. And then, oh wait, he's affiliated. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
park him on
Bullseye's a
point.
solid character.
Yeah, just park him on a point. That plink, plink, plink. That's it.
I mean, he also just
Reroll it.
enables the right team and the right threat value, so that has
Right.
value,
Correct.
right?
Very.
So okay, so we have.
So
Are
you-
these like 5 guaranteed play them characters, or in your? With your, you don't play
Yeah,
Bullseye, do you?
I know, in my web list, I don't have Bullseye because I don't have space for him.
Yeah.
He's like an 11th or 12th character. I also find that I don't necessarily need Bullseye because this core of Daredevil, Hood, Bucky is just sick, like all the time.
Yeah.
And then Cat is my 4th character if I want to play 6 wide, and she's perfectly fine. Being like in a 6 wide list where you have a bunch of murderers and then she just does a bunch of scenario things that your opponent has to deal with.
Yeah. I value Toad over Bullseye. Honestly.
I think when the new changes happened, there was a discussion about like who's better. I'm not gonna say that like, there's any definitive answer, but I do think Toad might be winning the race.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Oh my god, he's won me so many games. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Toad wins
Greatest
games.
frog of all time. There's no better frog. Like, he beats Kermit the Frog by a mile. Like, he needs to be the new on the Muppet Show. This Toad. Just put him on.
Yeah.
Yeah, at like 18, I'll play something like this.
Yeah. I was debating
18
Moon Knight
point.
last night, by the way.
Yeah, so Moon Knight.
Well,
If I was if I was a criminals list only, I don't know if I probably wouldn't play Moon Knight. I mean, there is some cool things about him. And his stealth with range 4 rapid fire is pretty sweet. But obviously, since I have like a Web Warriors duel, I'm playing Moon Knight anyways, and he just seems to work in both.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I do really like this 18 a lot, especially on like Mutant Madman or something. Like this is Mutant Madman's all about the gun show, and that's what this is. Like,
Yeah, I get it, because like there's tons of rapid fire characters in the game, but this one just so happens to be affiliated with Web Warriors, which you have an attachment to right now, so it makes sense, you know.
I mean, but this this list has 3. This squad has 3 stealth characters.
Wait,
So
Shadowland Daredevil's
Daredevil.
stealth. What the hell?
yes.
Yeah, he's still doing it, like, right?
And yet Gambit is not. Okay, moving on.
Let's keep rising for
So yeah,
Shadowland.
you have like 3 stealth characters. Bucky shoots at range 5, and then
Shooting orb
yeah,
like
then you have
missiles.
Hood and Toad. Yeah.
Precision airstrike.
So it's like annoyingly durable. Like it's like annoyingly like evasive, I guess is maybe a better word.
Yeah.
And they don't really have power economy issues either. So you don't really mind flipping on Madman traps.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Black Cat isn't the best for economy, but yeah.
No, but she just does other things.
Yeah, she doesn't
You just
need
have
it.
Moon Knight and Bucky and Daredevil and Toad being pay to flip people. It's fine.
Okay, I dig it. Looks good.
That's a fun squad that I really enjoy. At 17, you can cut Black Cat and Toad and just play Black Panther. This 17 is also pretty sweet.
Make sure to call out a lot of names just in case people are listening only.
Yeah, so you just swap Toad and Cat for Black Panther. And
There you go.
Panther can do things like, I mean, he can, you roll your you mantle, you attack somebody. If you roll one skull, you can reroll skull with leadership and then mantle all your misses, which is pretty cool. So it's similar. It's like a little bit worse than Miles on offense, but you do get offensive reroll an extra one. So
yeah, Mantle plus reroll skulls is just so good.
So do you like Panther more? This is 17 right here. Do you like him more on the C secure, or do you like him more on the B?
Panther's good on every secure.
Oh, I should have.
Well, I'm trying to think of a bad one.
So, if it were meteors, do you feel? I guess my question I'm trying to ask is, let's say if it was meteors, like, do you feel confident? Just having, you know what I'm saying? Having Black Panther's the only character that could really push and then take the meteor, or
well,
like,
so
you know?
Bucky can push with the Spender, and so can Moon Knight.
Right.
But I find that like it's just been better to just kill my opponent than try to flip the meteor. A lot of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you just lay it, if they go to the middle and you just lay into them, especially if you like R&D Bucky or something and you can Hydra Tactics. Yeah, and you get like one attack action with Hood and Moon Knight, you will just slay them by like round 3.
And Daredevil's pretty safe the entire time too because he has stealth. They have to burn an action and then come up and do something to him, right? Because stealth.
Yeah, Daredevil and Black Panther are also Count Blanks, so they're like annoyingly durable.
They're two great targets for Hood as well.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then anytime your ninjas die, you just got your back them.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of like weird synergies, right, that you don't think about. And then
I just thought about something too. So, like, let's say you don't have Prio, you just run Bucky up, right, and just shoot and try to get 3 power, and then you activate Shadowland Daredevil. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me read this because this was kind of confusing. So when you do the vanish, can you do I've got your back? No, right?
no. I don't
Okay,
think so.
then never mind.
Yeah, enemy effect because there's no one to attack if it
Got
wasn't
it.
enemy effect. Right?
Yeah, never mind. I thought.
Yeah, you can't just like make an attack action. Yeah, but yeah, you can do cool things like ninjas pick up the home hammer, vanish it to Bucky, and then you can R&D sometime later, and then Bucky can like move Hydra Tactics, shoot somebody.
There you go.
R&D can be cool with Black Panther and Cat as well. Cat can stagger or steal next round. Panther can move, pounce, strike. Daredevil's also really cool in a Brotherhood. He's like immune to deception. You can position your grunts, in such it's like max 2 distance away from Daredevil, who's max 1 from the midline. Juggernaut can't move, punch the grunts are too far away.
Yep.
And Juggernaut's chances of one-shotting Daredevil are like very, very low.
Very small.
And Juggernaut can't be deception because the grunts are next to him.
Or you mean Daredevil can't be deceptioned? You said Juggernaut.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, Daredevil cannot beat deception because the grunts are next to him. So he's like pretty safe to go to the center against them a lot of the time, which I enjoy.
Safe is good.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah.
So is this pretty much the list? I mean, obviously you have, because I don't know, you've kind of hinted at it, but you play web warriors with them.
So if we bring in the web warriors, obviously I have Miles, Gwen, and then Cat and Toad are here.
Okay, Miles going cat.
And
I always type Gwen.
yeah. So this is 9 characters, right? And then the 10th character I have is Voodoo. Mostly because Voodoo's broken.
Wow.
You know what, dude?
Shocker, right?
The reroll doesn't hurt him either, because I mean, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
No,
So,
yeah,
you know what I
Voodoo
mean?
does fine with both leaderships. And,
Right.
I mean, Miles and Daredevil's leaderships are like kind of just the inverse of each other,
Correct.
which is kind of cool symmetry. But I have played with Vision in the slot, and I think Vision's great. The problem with Vision is that they're both equivalent on flip secures. They have the same defense line, and then Vision, I really only find I'm bringing on like a demons downtown spam situation. Like Vision's not even good against like tall lists on demons. He's better against like a spam list on demons, and it's just like really niche. And I think I would rather just have Voodoo, because Voodoo's not even bad on demons. He's immune to Incinerate. And
Exactly.
I think single extracts are kind of annoying for this list, so Voodoo gives you game on that.
Well, attrition teams can be annoyed by it sometimes.
Yeah, they can.
And you're not playing like a Thanos attrition that just sucks people in, like, you know, with gravity, black holing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Voodoo kind of gives you that mobility.
Yeah, and you can play like a Web Warrior squad that has you have the option now of 3/4 threats at 17 and 20. I think you can pick 2 of them. So at 17 you obviously get 3 Web Warriors. At 20 you get the 4th one.
Right.
And then it's pick 2 4 threats.
Is it like something like this?
No, so like at 17 you could play, you know, Miles Gwen Cat and then Panther Voodoo, right? At 20 you bring in Moon Knight. So
Right.
but you always get to pick 2 4 threats in both those threat values. And Daredevil's like probably better than Voodoo on Spider Infected, because you have ninjas that can hold an extra extract. Voodoo's
True.
not super
Okay.
great on-
Yeah. It's weird, like, we talk about Daredevil and I just keep forgetting the ninjas come with him. It's just
Yeah,
Chris.
they do.
Yeah.
It's something you have to get used to. It's not something that's, you know.
Daredevil
something that-
also, like we said, he has stealth. So if you play Daredevil, Panther, Miles, Gwen, Cat, Moon Knight, you have 4 stealth characters out of 6 characters.
You can torture,
Why would
like,
you-
Guardians.
By the way, why would you
Yeah.
need Gambit if you're doing that, right?
Yeah,
With,
yeah.
Dark Past.
Why
right?
would you
Right?
need Dark Past? You have 4 stealth characters anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
great.
Interesting.
and you have 7 bodies with the ninjas, and 2 of your characters count blanks on defense with defense reroll. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
But I think I was saying Guardians. Is there another example of having so much stealth and just torture people? Is there, like, another roster that hates it?
I mean, I don't think X-Men love stealth.
Hmm.
They have
it's-
X-23 and they have Domino. Who,
Yeah, it's just
Domino
Storm.
tank grenade people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Storm is like moderately annoyed. Domino can be annoyed, depending.
Mostly not, though.
Gambit's beam is range 4. He could be moderately annoyed.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal.
Not
But
super
Beast
worried.
doesn't care. 23 doesn't really care.
Yeah.
So
I
other
don't-
than like Guardians, trying
I mean,
to think.
I suppose the mirror or the random X-Force player you run into.
I know there's like, I feel like stealth comes up like every game, and
Yeah.
I'm just
I
like,
mean,
not
Ma
remembering.
isn't a huge fan.
Yeah, Ma's another one that gets affected by it.
I guess we could just look at these tier list S characters. Most of them are range 3, though. I mean, Vision. It's mostly Ma, but who's very popular right now.
Very, very popular.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say MODOK, but no one really plays MODOK, so
No.
yeah, I don't know. It's-
Yeah, I feel like it comes up like every game. Maybe like 1 character, 2 characters have it on their team, and
yeah,
It's
it's
pretty annoying for
mostly Guardians who exploit it.
Avengers. That's the other one.
Oh, right, shield throwers. Duh.
Yeah, Avengers have a lot of range 4 and plus attacks. Iron Man, both caps, Vision.
Yeah.
So,
Even if it's just the shield throwing characters.
yes.
Yeah. I strongly recommend, if anyone hasn't listened, Omnis's latest episode with Blair was very good. It talked about Avengers and he always runs both caps, and he runs the versatile strategy. So against that list, you would definitely want to have a lot of stealth.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, that was a great episode. I enjoyed it as well. But that's kind of where I'm at with these characters. I think Voodoo's the only variable that could be something else.
I was debating him last night, honestly. As I was,
But I mean, so I went to Bug Eater without Voodoo. I decided to play Vision instead.
sure.
And I missed Voodoo, to be honest. Vision was great when the scenario like comes up for him, like Demon's gun line. But like Daredevil, Moon Knight, Bucky, like they already, and Hood, they already like do that just fine on Demons. And Voodoo just gives you a lot of like security on a lot of stuff because he's busted. You can just like, things can go bad, like your character with extras can daze and you don't care because Voodoo can just walk up and take everything away.
Right.
So I think he's just probably the pick.
What do you think of
Vision
Black Swan? Do you think that would have a potential?
Yeah, I think Black Swan's good. I'm just not super interested in playing any threats higher than 4. I don't.
Oh,
it's
right.
like you
Well,
really just kind of want to spam characters. Like if you think about old Sam Spam, did they play any? No, they played like all 3 threats and 2 threats, and then they had Vision, Enchantress, and Voodoo.
Sure, I mean Black Swan can be a 4, but you don't think the 4 is
She
good
can,
enough?
but I think she's definitely worse than Voodoo at 4 threat.
Okay.
Granted, she can move Juggernaut and stuff, but honestly, this list can just kill Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Don't really care about him that much. Bucky just destroys Juggernaut in my experience.
Nice.
Shoot.
And Daredevil doesn't really die to Juggernaut that much.
Yeah, I guess
Daredevil
part of
can
it.
also just kill Juggernaut too. Like Daredevil has like an obscenely cheap spender per how much dice you get. Like if you have the ninjas down, it's 3 power for 9 dice
Yeah.
with a reroll. He's a leader, so like you like 10 die attack for like 3 dice.
It's pretty good.
It's like kind of crazy.
It's really insane, dude. Ship it.
Yeah, there are turns where you're like, okay, I coordinated strike, put my ninjas down, they attack you. So it's like 5 dice reroll 1, 4 dice reroll 1, and then I drop 9 dice reroll 1, and stuff just usually dies.
So you have to do a coordinated strike to spawn your ninja potentially, and then you just do a demon devastation. Demons,
Yep.
Yeah. Get 9 dice.
And if
for
your
3.
ninjas are down already, then you can just double strike with them. 4 dice reroll 1 twice, and then you can either spender twice or build or spender or whatever. Yeah.
What about Follow Me? Who's playing that?
So Bucky and Daredevil can play Follow Me just fine, in my experience. Even and Moon Knight.
And are you also playing all according to plan?
No, because I only have
I'm not
2.
either.
Cat and Hood do not want to spend their power on those cards.
Right.
They have no issues spending their entire power bar on their own abilities, and it's usually better than all according to plan.
Yeah.
That's
Daredevil
wild.
has power for it.
Not playing probably one of the best cards in the game. I think you make a great argument, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I have to wrap my head around that. I mean, it's,
Yeah, so in my experience, you put down 6 characters or something, and your opponent gets overwhelmed by the dice volume that they start trying to kill unactivated characters, and they just give you priority. Is in my experience,
So it's
or they
got-
die.
yeah, it's just kind of a
So then,
punch to the face, so back and forth.
yeah, and then you can just play Follow Me and double activate, take priorities in 1 round of the game, and then that's probably just enough.
So Follow Me is doing the same thing in a way as all.
Yeah, and it's cheaper, and any character can pay for it.
fair. I mean,
And having Bucky or Daredevil play Follow Me is like way better than having Cat or Hood pay for all according to plan.
Wow. Going back to the 4 threats, why don't you mention Medusa? I think
Sure, I haven't played her in this. Nate has talked about her, but I mean, when she gets double rerolls, she kind of gets pretty close to her old flurry odds. I've heard is kind of crazy.
And then the push is amazing as well. Like, if you
Yeah.
can, I mean, dude, like, I have a list where I just put her in last night, and you know, I have some ideas with like Juggernaut R&D and Power Off to Bucky and Medusa, and they both just walk once, place, shoot, basically. Braid bash. Like Medusa just braid bashes 2 rerolls. Okay, cool. You're hoping for pushes or you're hoping to get the flurry. If you get both, you go again, do it again, and then the other thing is too, she still has access to Royal Decree and it still works the same way. So
Right.
she can
Royal
just,
Decree is amazing. Super.
yes. So she can just do that again, or she can just go ahead and start displacing people because her throw is still size 3 or less. That's a lot of characters in the game. So if she has, and it's range 3 as well, so you got to keep that in mind. So you're doing a lot of displacement, and that's what your hope is with this character. If you're doing damage, that's a plus. But like what you really want is honestly just pushes, flurries, and the displacement. I mean, the amount of displacement that she can have just off of a couple of attacks is insane. And the extra reroll just bolsters that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she's interesting. I threw her in yesterday, and I'm tempted. I can't wait to test her. With the reroll, because I think the idea is there, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm just gonna have to think about, because right now I have a list with Juggernaut, and I have to, figure out points, right? Because Juggernaut's the 5, right? He's a lot. So right now my debate is do I find another character with a pretty big base where I could just walk up one time, Royal Decree, go up and start shooting. You know what I mean? Get her on a point and get her in a position where she is just maximizing her control. And doing rerolls on that. I love her a lot. Like in theory, I love her a lot as a 4 in this list because of that extra reroll is just crazy. It's bonkers.
Yeah, I need to give her some burns. My initial hangups is that she's more physical typing, which is it's like everything that I have. And then moving size 3 is not super difficult in this list. Moving size 4 is like don't have it really.
Don't have it. Yeah.
Lucky Spender can move size 4, which is good.
Right.
But she can't move size 4. But everything else she does is really great.
Yeah, rapid fire characters like Royal Decree. So
yeah, they love Royal Decree. So like, I mean, even if you don't use it on her, you can just move up Bucky if you want within 1 of Medusa, and then just move and do whatever you want to do with Medusa, or you know what I mean. Then save what you can do. And I haven't tested this. I have to look at it myself. But like, I think you can Royal Decree Bucky, and then I think you can position Bucky to be within. It's only me going off the top of my head. I think you can position Bucky to be within 2 of Jugs at that point, because his base is so goddamn big. And then you just Hydra Tactics off of Jugs. If you don't need to, but let's say if someone has stealth or something like that, you're not within 3, and you're like, okay, you don't want to burn an action. Fucking Hydra Tactics off of Jugs, and then just and you're gonna get all your actions.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to do the math on that. Like I haven't done it. It's just in theory.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, dude, you just thought about that.
I'm just thinking that her picking up Juggernaut is hilarious.
Yeah, that too. He can also pick up Juggernaut if she wanted to, and like she could fix that problem. Like, let's say if you're not within 2 of Bucky, okay, well, I got the power. I'm gonna Royal Decree Juggernaut a little closer to me, and then now I'm within 2 of Bucky. Bucky just attacks on the Juggernaut now because he's got the range, and then just shoot.
Man.
And that's basically it. Like, it's really unique, dude. She adds a different dynamic to this list.
Yeah, it's possible Medusa's a little bit underplayed. I was just thinking how filthy Medusa would be with Heimdall, like pushing people in near him, so that he could then get like strikes off, and she can pretty trivially push people around everywhere, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and you add in Royal Decree. Man, I like Royal Decree is a freaking drug, man. It's just such
I love that superpower.
I love it. It's so good, dude. It just
Heimdall plus Medusa in Cap or Steve Avengers. That also could be just crazy.
right.
Yeah,
I love that.
kind of a tangent, but
Doing the rerolls.
it's been a while since I thought
is.
about Medusa. Oh, jeez.
There it is. How many rolls did that take, by the way? Look at you.
I did the 2 rerolls. I got it. 7 hits with Flurry. Easy.
Look at this. Easy. Like, it's so bonkers.
We're playing
Dude, it's
MCP,
so
boys.
We're playing MCP, dude. Like, this leadership
yeah.
enables all of it. Like, it's so good.
Wait, that was a flurry trigger.
That was a flurry trigger, and then like here we go again. Oh, 2 crits.
So 2 crits, reroll 2.
Might as well. Ooh.
Not as good.
That is good, but
Oh
all right.
man, only 3 damage, you noob. It's actually
Roll
pretty
better.
good for 5. I mean, it's not really
That's my
5.
every attack. Oh, that's
Woo.
pretty bad actually. This is why I
Sheesh.
don't roll dice.
Yeah,
Just 2.
just roll better. Just
Just
roll
roll better,
better.
that's all. But like you can see the potential's just there when things go the way you want it to, right? It's not
Yeah.
guaranteed, but like you're increasing your odds with the leadership in her. Like you're just making it better for her. But the
Right.
trick is you need to target the R&D power to them to get their game
Oof.
started early. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
So, you know, that's why Moon Knight's. That's why I was thinking about Moon Knight last night. I was like, well, I could just go range force shoot, R&D, and then get these 2 guys going. Get Bucky, get Medusa going, give them Hydra Tactics and Royal Decree early, and I could just play that game where I'm placing characters within one of each other and like getting closer and closer. Because I want all my actions. You know, with Winter Soldier and Medusa, you know, I want to maximize their action economy to the fullest extent. You know, rather than me just move shoot, if I can not have to move and I can just Hydra Tactics and like I can now shoot a lot. You know, I'm just yeah.
So is a 4th threat mandatory? Like hypothetically, what happens if you wanted to play Crystal?
We are already playing 6 3 threats,
Yeah.
so I don't think you need any more. I think Crystal is great if you're like a mono Daredevil situation. So if you just cut these characters,
Maybe just start playing Inhumans. You're basically
Black Panther is just a
good but not
he's
mandatory.
like one of the best characters in the game, but he's not somebody that like if you're trying to make like I don't know, he's just great. Like
I don't know. He does mantle.
right, but it's not like a subtle.
It's really
pick, you know?
good. Who the hell would you pick over Black Panther? Come
No,
on.
I'm just saying he's not like an unknown like less
I mean,
played character.
someone
that
might
be cool here.
Yeah, someone might argue like you should be playing Killmonger, but I still think Black Panther's just a superior character.
Well, Killmonger actually has some cool stuff you can do. You can Cruel Tutelage, a usurp turn,
Ooh.
and
Yeah,
Cruel
you can do some
Tutelage
crazy
is
stuff.
3
with
extra
that.
dice for 1 power, and
I can talk about where I play Killmonger. I mean, honestly, like how I think Cruel Tutelage is, like it's better if you if you're combining it with Usurp. But right now,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the other day though, I
Jesus.
kind of play them. I play them separately. Like if I have a guaranteed kill on their highest threat, like not guaranteed, but if I can increase my odds and I have the range and I can maximize all my actions, I do both. But if I don't and I can't get to their highest threat model because he's far away or whatever, I kind of just do one at a time. Then it's like, okay, let me daze this character now. Let me burn Cruel Tutelage and I'll get the +2, but +3. I'm sorry, and then get the daze and then get his.
yeah,
game going a
doesn't
little bit, you know?
usurp gives you attack dice, right? 2 dice,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
and plus you have
+5.
focus on the kill. If you attack twice, so you can just charge, attack once, and then Cruel Tutelage second attack if you're not dead,
Right.
which is like 12 dice or something with whatever
That-
rerolls you have.
It's 10 actually. 10.
No.
No, I'm talking about just like if you do a charge and then just use Cruel Tutelage is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then no, but if you do the second attack, if they don't die, you get focus on the kill, which gives you 2 more dice.
Right. True.
So it'd be usurp plus focus plus Cruel Tutelage is 7 dice.
yes,
Into 5 already is 12.
12 dice.
Wait,
yeah.
12?
And you have whatever your
That's-
rerolls are.
That's 12, dude. Yeah.
Wait, what?
You have the Daredevil reroll plus his.
Well,
combo.
yeah,
count.
you're counting. Well, okay, but it's 5 + 3 + 2, right? If on
No,
the second
because
attack
you
for
have-
Cruel Tutelage.
No. You have focus on the kill on Killmonger's 2 dice.
Oh my god,
Plus
I didn't even
Usurp
add
gives
those
2
two.
dice.
Holy shit, it is 12.
Plus Cruel
Yeah,
Tutelage.
dude.
I kept thinking I was
Yeah,
counting it right, but my brain has this threshold of logic that there's no way you'd
Yeah,
get
so
over
you
10.
just
And then
decimate somebody.
I mean, look at this.
And then you get 1 reroll plus whatever your kill count rerolls are.
Yeah, let's assume he doesn't have kill count though.
I mean, look.
I
And
just
it's
I just
hits
rolled
with Pierce,
9
Dead.
with Pierce.
But that's why the timing on this is you have to. I would say once you get the kill count, that's when you start pulling this off.
That's a lot of tactics
Yeah.
cards, but that's sick.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're
This is like Wolverine except like good. because
Right.
you have to use a lot of Texas
I was just thinking about that
cards.
the other day, by the way. I was like, this, like, if,
Well, because Wolverine's got to
Wolverine
play
should
like
have
no
this
matter the
kit,
cost, exceptional healing. I mean, he's got the same
Yeah.
thing where he just brings a
Wolverine
lot of
doesn't
Texas cards.
score PP for
he
killing.
doesn't score VP.
Yeah.
It's a 53-point swing, by the way.
True.
That's
No,
a 250-point swing.
he should have like go to the bar and get a beer and like +2 VPs. I mean, like what the hell, Wolverine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? That's actually kind of sick. I mean,
Dude, it's very sick, dude.
even
You're-
just for having some funsy games, man, you're gonna obliterate somebody.
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I have it in my list.
And you could do that with. Well, you need what, 2 for usurp?
Oh, look, and
or
I didn't even
3,
roll
or-
a skull in this, so I didn't get staggered.
So
Yeah,
assuming
you
you
get
want
staggered.
charge, it's what, 6 power? Or if you just group to a second attack, hopefully you build power, so you could do it with 5.
Yeah.
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 It's not unreasonable.
No, it's not. It really isn't unreasonable at all, and it's a 2 VP swing. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna take it, and if you're already up in it, you just win harder. This is just win harder.
Yeah.
You can often have like, say, 14 points and just end a game instantly. You know?
End the game
It
instantly.
doesn't
Yeah,
have to
end
be
it.
like a
No.
turn 2 play or anything.
No, absolutely not. You just sit on this, and the other thing is too, like once they see Killmonger on the table, like the opponent, like you're gonna notice like their play style. They're like, okay, how do I avoid Killmonger? How do I get away from Killmonger? You know what I mean? Like they're so focused on that he's just, you know what I mean? And then while the rest of your team is just like doing a whole bunch of nonsense, you got Killmonger in the background as you're trying to avoid him, and he's just gonna sneak up on you and just win the game, or whatever he's gonna do, because you have to be wary of Killmonger. Like you can't just ignore him. You know what I mean? If you do that, he's just gonna terrorize you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing the mono thing too, I think you bring all according to plan though. Like,
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because you're
having
less
Bullseye
attached.
helps a ton to play that
Yeah.
card.
granted, I still feel like you bring Winter Soldier, even though
Oh,
you're
yes.
gonna have.
No, he's the core. This is the core.
But I would bring like, especially your Bullseye helped pay for all according to plan.
Yes.
So
If I
I'd
had
take him
Bullseye
over
in my-
Toad probably.
If I had Bullseye on my webs list, I would play all according to plan. Because Bullseye often gets days, and he has like 5 to 6 power at least.
Yeah.
He can pay for most of the card.
Yeah, because he has a gainer, right? So he
Yeah.
just throws his crap. Even if he doesn't hit, doesn't matter. He's gonna consistently have the power. And like you said, usually someone can't help themselves and wants a taste of Bullseye, and he goes down for a turn. But then that's the perfect moment to play all according to plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do we want to hit Crystal? I don't think we did her full justice. I think beaming people with all the rerolls, rerolling skulls and Inhuman rerolls is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can double beam. You could do like one of her 4 dice or one of her range 4 attacks, or even Earthshaker, and then beam, onslaught, beam, or whatever the order is. But you could beam twice, and you get double rerolls with Incinerate probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's pretty quick. Yeah.
Very fast. Honestly, I just think characters that have built-in rerolls already are already like.
Yeah, Inhumans are. There's nothing other than Inhumans. I mean, Zemo, I guess we could
Well,
segue onto.
Zemo 23, X23 as well.
True.
I like Zemo over 23 personally.
Yeah, Deadpool has the same as them, but I think Zemo
Deadpool-
I would take over.
He adds more.
Yeah, his speed is insane. Yeah.
Strategic genius. You have to think about that as well.
Yeah, Genius is helping the other characters too, and you can't rule
Right.
that out.
Correct.
I mean, Zemo's my bro. Anytime, any excuse I can have to play him, but I mean, he just naturally fits, I think.
And he has Master Swordsman.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Like, so for people listening, I'm gonna read these characters off because well, actually, Panther we kind of said maybe doesn't make the cut. So let's say it would be 7 characters
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, if we're just going for like pure synergy, I mean, I think Black Panther is still a stellar character.
Oh no, I'm actually just it's a
Yeah.
bit of a tangent. Because I feel
You
like
should do Black Cat here.
yeah, I think your Web Warrior list we kind of don't have a lot more to say. I mean, I would like to hear your thoughts on like why you would play them with Web Warriors, but it does make me wonder if we're just going all in on Daredevil. I think we could throw some characters together and it's just fun, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You really think? Yeah, I guess Cat you want against still when they bring the big boys, right?
Yeah.
Thanos, Ma, Hulk, those kind of characters, you just want to spam staggers. And Cat can randomly also pay for all according to plan. If, maybe it's like 1 power, but it's still like that maybe difference, So I'm going to read it. Shadowland, Daredevil, Hood, Winter Soldier, Killmonger, Black Cat, Bullseye, Crystal, and Medusa.
Zemo.
Yeah, you think Zemo's a lock? I kind of agree.
I think Zemo's great.
I think so too.
You just stack more rerolls.
You just stack more rerolls. That's it. You're just making the engine better. That's all you're doing, right?
Alternatives would be Craven, who's affiliated, Deadpool, Domino, Mystique, and maybe even Punisher. Punisher's kind of cute with ninjas, because he's got his what's it called? Is it the No More Second Chances or the Fallen? The Fallen.
Dice.
It's kind of both.
It's both.
Yeah. So anytime that they die, he gets a little Punisher token. You can randomly just use it to add dice. Which then can make his like aim shot insane. Range 5 attack.
And dice range 5, yeah.
I kind of think though Zemo is just flat out a better character than Deadpool. Well, okay, it's not fair to say, because obviously characters are different in their ways that they are on the board, how they interact. Like, Mystique brings like his rapid fire and brings the ability to pull people in. Deception, yeah. Punisher's interacts with the ninjas. Domino's super efficient and rapid fire. And Craven's affiliated, has rerolls also. What's Elixir of Calypso? And then Deadpool has rerolls. But Zemo just as a character is flat out a badass. Like he rerolls. And reroll skulls is very good with Zemo.
Yes.
A lot of people were wondering why Zemo didn't get nerfed in the changes. So I think there's a lot of things to like about Zemo. So I could see arguments for the characters I named, though. I mean, to be honest. Like, even Mystique having Deception could actually be insane here if we played this enough. And maybe, with rapid-fire characters, just Deceptioning someone into, like, what seems like not a super important place. All of a sudden, they're in range of, like, 6 rapid-fire attacks,
Oh, my God. Melt them.
Yeah. And, just the threat. A lot of it's, like, mental tax, right? Just the threat of Deception makes people play weird.
It does. It forces them to play cagey too, because it's just like they're cognizant of, okay, listen, I need a character within 2 of this character so he doesn't get deception and I get just ram-shotted, right? So it's like it puts me onto it every time I play against deception. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to find a way to get there, get the extra, and then give it to somebody, so I don't get deception.
You know what? I just remembered why Baron Zemo is flat out just better than the other choices. Okay, it's because strategic genius next to another character who's using it for rapid fire is also insane. like what if like Winter Soldier's just like Hydra tactics over Zemo, getting like Spetsnaz, getting the leadership. You're now rerolling 3 dice per attack. Like, you're going down a dark place, and skulls do not slow you down.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that reminds me why I used to play Zemo plus Medusa, except this is just even better because the leadership is so good.
Leadership is good.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's the deal breaker. Zemo is the clear-cut better choice in my mind. But yeah, I don't know. Then there's one more slot.
The slot could just be whatever your fancy is. Like, it's not a huge deal.
No.
Yeah, there's also an argument for, like, you could take a higher threat character, but probably more characters equal more rerolls. And, like, why would you want to go tall with something like this?
Kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there, but I think that's how I feel. So then maybe you're just, like, jamming Toad again. Like, just for the random option to go wider or something.
Well, you want to be able to go... Also for the, for 14, kind of you need that flexibility a little bit. So he's
If you're at 14 in double twos, you can play Daredevil.
Double twos,
yeah, makes it 5 wide.
Yep.
Yeah, and Toad can run objective while Bullseye does more killing focused. And yeah, it's cool. And it is a little. You do want it like another 2 because your leader unfortunately does cost 4, which
Plus 4.
yeah. I mean, I still love it when I have a 3-cost leader, but not everyone can be so lucky.
Not everybody can be so lucky, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can talk about my 10. It's almost similar. I'm just gonna switch out a few things.
Okay. So this is what you played recently and tested out a little bit.
Oh yeah, I tested a little bit. Yeah. I played Disney.
This might even be a team where you don't actually have to jam too often 2 restricted cards. Like, I actually think these cards are probably similar power level to a restricted card. And by those cards, I mean Follow Me, All According to Plan, Usurp, and Cruel Tutelage. I mean, obviously, you have to be playing Killmonger, I think, for these cards to super pay off.
Yeah, I don't think I would play Tutelage.
Yeah, I've tried Cruel Tutelage with Good. You know, because I thought, you know, it'd be cute to get extra dice on Arc Lightning, right, and see if I can pull off the burning and all that stuff with the plus 2 damage as much as I can. 'Cause it's per wild. You know, if you can increase the odds of maybe getting maybe 2 or 3 wilds, you know, hey, that's a total of 6 damage going out, right? Like it's 2 damage per character, maybe. But I mean, it's in my experience playing Cruel Tutelage with any other character outside of Killmonger, I haven't liked it. The other thing is too, like, if you play it right, I mean, in my situation, like, we were playing Sword and what was the extract? Oh, Cubes. So we played Sword and Cubes. We were playing a 17 threat, and my 17 was, let's see, Daredevil. If I remember correctly, it was Juggernaut. So, Bullseye. And my math is kind of bad right now because 'cause I'm just like, okay, so that's 11, 13, and then, okay, my 17 was Killmonger, right?
Okay.
So, what ended up happening was, there was a situation where, well, Juggernaut's just ridiculous. I literally walked him up to the middle, sword, walked him up, punched, pushed, got the sword base, and he just sat there, and just, whatever. And the other thing is, too, like with Cubes, he becomes a target for, I don't care about losing the middle extract. And the reason why I don't care about losing the middle extract is because, well, okay, either I got prio and I can just walk with Juggernaut, grab it, and I'm fine with it, or it turns into a situation where I could literally go start with Shadowland Daredevil, pass one of my extracts over to Juggernaut, just literally walk up to an extract, kill the ninjas, pass it to Juggernaut, he has one, there's one. Daredevil can grab the other one if he wants to, then, or just go up to the sword base and just contest the sword base and you're done there. And then what you end up doing the next turn, you literally just walk up to the middle, whoever has their middle. Let's say if they don't have a single extract runner and someone's just sitting there, we'll walk up twice, throw the character with the Do You Know Who I Am, throw him back, and then basically you just get other characters' game started or start going to town on that character if you want.
Yeah, with all these ranged characters, it seems really easy.
Yeah, it's just really easy, and then with the reroll, it just helps. Let's say if I don't get the push, well, I have a reroll. Okay, maybe reroll the character, maybe reroll the die. Oh, I got the push. So, granted, that's not the most optimal there at 17. I was trying it out, and it worked out pretty cool. And I ran into a situation where I didn't care. Like, so what happened was he had Domino there, and I was like, okay, I positioned Killmonger for the charge for next turn. He already had 2 power. And I charged on Domino, did some damage. The next attack got me plus 2 dice. And then I just said screw it, played Cruel Tutelage, went up to 10 on a builder. And I didn't need to do it. It was just...
That's so nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. 10 dice, I'm just going to murder you, and it just makes it easier for me to get the sword base. Okay, sword base, you're dazed. I got it, and I can just sit here. And it was an interesting 17 that I tried. And this is something new. Like, I landed on Medusa last night, and I was like, I think she fits, just like I talked about earlier, with the Royal Decrees and all that stuff. So another game plan is start with Juggernaut, walk up, grab a middle extract, R&D a power to Medusa or Bucky. You have to make the points work. This is expensive, by the way. This is very, very expensive. This is like for games that are like
20.
There, like 20, yeah, 18.
It's gotta just be 20.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot, right? There's a lot.
13.
Right. There's a lot that needs to go into this, right?
Yeah.
But in a situation, you know, you can make it happen. Where, like, you can R&D and then do their whole movement shenanigans with both of these characters and put them in position to succeed better without having to burn actions.
So Winter Soldier and Medusa, just for people listening.
Yeah, Winter Soldier and Medusa, yes. Voodoo is one that he's here because it's just, like you said, Mike, he's broken, but he's a spot that I'm debating on maybe throwing in a Moon Knight or something. Just to give me another option to R&D power to other characters to get their game going, basically.
Fair.
But he's the spot that I'm debating. Yeah, it's not that I don't want him. It's just like, like, can I throw in something else to get the game that I want to play moving faster? Is where I'm at, right? Adding another rapid fire, maybe. So I have 2 already, right? With these 2, maybe adding a 3rd. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was some interesting stuff that I'm trying out. This is something brand
Yeah, it seems cool. I mean, Juggernaut's just good. Voodoo's just good. Maybe not required though. Probably flexible. And so what?
Yeah,
But-
I would say.
Yeah, I don't think
would
Jugs
say-
has any kind of like inherent synergies with Daredevil.
No.
He's like incentivized to make one attack.
Well,
Right.
I think he's
Right.
doing the same thing you could be doing with Deception. So and she
Exactly.
has a rapid fire, so maybe that's just like a thing. Or you could switch in Mystique and take out Juggernaut. It's very similar roles from what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's just having
Yeah, and then that
Um,
she's cheaper, which lets you play more other fun stuff like Medusa or whatever.
fun. Right.
Um,
So maybe
she also
here-
has stealth, which makes Mike happy.
Yeah, I could probably do something like this.
Oh my, dude, I can't get over how good Mystique is. Like, Shapeshifter's just crazy.
Yeah, another thing I forgot to bring up is Blind Obsession is like a staple.
Ooh.
Squad.
Yeah, Blind Obsession's in my tactics cards, yes.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be blindly obsessed.
Yep.
How about Blind Obsession on Killmonger? At this point, you're just overkilling, but
Dude, I literally came up with a combo like this. It
there's
was like,
no
wait a
kill
minute.
like overkill.
Yeah. Hey, Thanos. Hey, Thanos, come here.
Right?
2,
I am obsessed with you. I want your
4.
throne, and I will use my cruel tutelage.
Let's see how much power this costs, by the way. 7 power. Okay,
And then
so 7
afterwards, he
powers.
plays Follow Me because he just hits you with a builder of like
Yeah.
14 dice.
Yeah, dude. Look at this nonsense. Like, look at this is. And by the way, this isn't. This
All
isn't
according to your plans.
This isn't hard to pull off either, by the
No,
way.
it doesn't look that
This is
insane.
not like.
Cruel
for 7
tutelage
power,
shouldn't. The fact that cruel tutelage costs 1 is crazy.
It's insane.
Blind Obsession Usurp might be a little bit more like Crazy Town, but you could do like Blind Obsession begin. Like, okay, you all according to plan, you have Prio, then you use Blind Obsession. Okay, pay 3, then hit them for. I guess you'd have to hit them for like roughly 3 to 4, but maybe you have a little extra power, maybe you don't. Then you just drop Usurp Cruel Tutelage to just add a million more dice. Now you're getting VPs. You kill them, so Blind Obsession gets off of you.
Yep.
If you KO them, yeah.
Well,
If you
hold
KO.
on. Did you just say if when I'm talking about Usurp the Throne?
they could. No, what I mean, they could be on the healthy side.
Yeah, no,
Right.
you'd have to do this mid-game with all according to plan.
Yes. Yes.
And then end it with Follow Me so someone else could go kill something.
Someone else can go
I
kill
gotta-
something.
I gotta watch Hulk die to this. Like that.
Oh,
That
damn.
would be my dream, dude.
Fuck that, Thanos.
No.
I
both
hate
of those
Hulk.
characters.
I would love to see Killmonger just eviscerate Hulk so badly.
It's funny you mention that, dude, because when the game first came out, I did that with just one usurp. I did one usurp. Well, that's just when Hulk was bad.
Yeah, I used to do
but
that all the
like-
time with Dark Reign.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Killmonger and Zemo back in the day,
Mhm.
and even obviously MODOK. But oh good God, I used to love seeing Hulks. I'd be like Dark Reign, and I guess 2 characters would kill you this round. It's not a big deal. It's just a thing I do sometimes, and it was so consistent, man. It was crazy.
I think I go.
I love Moon Knight, dude. He's been.
I
great.
think because the way I want to play this is I want to R&D to get other people's games going faster. So like I think shoot.
Yeah, maybe because you gives power to Killmonger to lets Killmonger charge on turn 1, lets Winter Soldier jump on turn 1.
Turn 1. Medusa can jump.
I mean, theoretically, Bullseye could do a hit and run, so you could give 1. He could move,
Yeah.
attack, get the power back, interact with the middle.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck Juggernaut.
Yeah, Moon Knight can
We're
turn.
gonna
He
move
can
on.
R&D like 2 to 4 characters round 1.
I kind of
Yeah.
wish Zemo was in there somehow, or even honestly, Crystal also has power gain.
I think if I do put in Zemo, it's gonna be for one of these two
I'm-
slots.
I'm just saying, like, listen, I get the love for Moon Knight, but because you're not like playing Web Warriors like Mike is, you have a lot of good choices that could do similar roles. Like, I think Crystal could legit do the same thing and also just be crazy. Like, think about this: you're beaming 2 characters, and oh wait, you can get a
Oh.
3rd attack.
That's true. Yeah.
That's more rerolls.
Yeah. That's so true. That is so. Yeah.
Rogue Agent.
You want to talk about blind
Is that
obsession?
Dizzard or not?
Blind
Yeah.
obsession Crystal could be crazy. You know how people always say too, Crystal doesn't have enough things to spend her
Dizzard,
power
yeah.
on,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? People say that you don't have enough to spend your power on. Blind obsession Crystal could be crazy, because if you can get 3 attacks into someone with blind obsession, that's some serious value.
Oh yeah, he's a great.
Yeah, Dizzard's like, I second that Moon Knight is done on Shadowlands. I mean, anecdotally, I played against Sooners defenders. Sooner had Panther. Moon Knight and Bucky double team Panther and just killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, just brute force dice. Like, yeah, you count blanks, but I'll just dice the crap out of you.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose the rapid fire does kind of. I mean, so for Crystal to outperform Moon Knight, she kind of would have to be hitting multiple targets, but she kind of is running 4 dice attacks just inherently from Inhumans, and then you add in the normal reroll that both of them would be getting. So they're very debatable in that.
I do honestly believe that Moon Knight's range or his stealth helps him stay alive. I see Crystal die a lot when people play her.
Yeah, like the biggest thing with is the stealth, right? He can stay out of 3 and be
Yeah.
safe for a couple turns. You know what I mean, all you're really doing with Moon Knight is turning on other characters. That's pretty much it. And then like next thing you know, he'll have like 6 or 7 power for some damn reason. And then you can just do follow me or whatever other nonsense that you want to come up with, right? So yeah, I mean, he's been on my mind all night. Like, and where do I slot him? I think I need to get over my Juggernaut love, man. That's what it is. I got too much love for Juggernaut, and I just gotta get past that. I think he slots in here. I think.
I could see too an argument of if you're playing Crystal Medusa and enjoying it, that you could bring in like Terrigen as an objective. I mean, the immunity to poison is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's not horrible by any means.
That's not horrible. No, it's not.
And then if Vision has immunity to bleed and poison, which is cool with Hood. And also he
Yes.
beams, and like then you could cut Voodoo and have like.
Yeah, I mean, Vision beam rapid fire.
What-
beam with 3 rolls like great, and he has.
What would the
energy
20
tokens.
look like
That's
if you went nuts with 4 threats? What would this?
Oh my god.
Look
good.
at all
That's
these.
16, 4 of them, right? So you'd have to play.
So you need another 4. Damn.
Or you play Bullseye.
Yeah,
too.
I guess screw Vision.
That's not affiliated.
Nah, screw Vision. He's out. So that's what, 12, and then you need 8 more. So then you do like Crystal, and then like
Yeah, I
Bullseye.
feel like 3, 4 threats is like kind of the max.
Yeah.
It's like 2 to 3 is what you want.
Yeah, so Vision's cute, but like if you're going in humans, so at 20
Yeah.
you do Daredevil, Killmonger, Medusa, Crystal, Hood, Bullseye. Plus you have ninjas.
Ninjas. Yeah.
And 20 would be Terrigen. That seems like fun to me.
That does. It's not a bad
Definitely exploiting rerolls like a savage.
Oh my god. That's what you want to do. Like.
Terrigen kind of encourages people to slightly dogpile on objective. It also lets you do some things where like you can, like, let's say they have like only one person on Terrigen, but then they win it and you get to move it onto more of their characters, which sets up your next turn to do more rerolls. So you could do sort of like I'm using, like, it's like weaponizing the Terrigen objective against your opponent. And that's probably really powerful when you have like all according to plan up your sleeve, or like,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I love if you don't have like a wide extract, because like if they score it, you're gonna like. I mean, I guess you could move it on them, but if you're scoring it, they're gonna move it off of themselves if it's even there.
Wide extract or secure?
Extract, because you'd be playing
Extract.
Terrigen, right? And you want to like whatever the pairing is. So if you're playing like Terrigen plus like single extract.
Oh, so you're saying you would want to
Pretty
bring
bad.
like extracts more than secures just because of the. Like-
Yeah, I pick extracts a lot with this list.
Sure,
do
but you
too.
don't always
I
get
do
to choose, right? So maybe Terrigen's like.
No, but I'd be shocked if there's so many people that want to play their their secures that I just get extracts anyway.
I get it, but at some point you probably could play Terrigen even if it's against your will, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what secures do you like with these guys? Maybe that's a better discussion.
Me,
Uh,
I can start.
Sure.
So far,
I do think Mutant Madman owns.
I
Yeah,
haven't
that's just a
tried-
lock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't tried Badman, and that's probably a mistake. So far I've tried games I've played. I played Scoundrels, didn't mind it because
Yeah, so Daredevil is actually pretty good on Scoundrel because
Yeah.
he's Platonic Norse cover, and he
Yeah.
has 2 melee attacks.
yeah. And there was a situation
And
where
the
we played
threat.
single extracts. Yeah. So there was a situation where I sat on the back Scoundrel, and there was a single extract in front of me. I literally just baton hook, moved forward, advanced forward, was able to contest, and I was able to walk back to get back in the stealth range to hold the back secure. Like basically keep me safe because I didn't want to get shot or moved or anything like that. So he has some game in Scoundrels. I like it. I mean, on top of that, if you add the cover on top of his blanks, I mean, oh my god. Like-
Yeah, my only hang up with Scoundrels is you're putting yourself on the back foot if you flip it into criminals,
yeah,
like Kingpin or
I
Web
agree.
Warriors.
Yes.
Mm,
I do
yeah.
think Infinity is really great.
Yeah, Infinity seems like a
Matt B is
safe.
like gunline town.
Yep.
Okay, Matt B. Okay.
I don't know. For me personally, I think Scoundrels is a little too much of a gamble,
I agree.
and I'd be happy with Terrigen Infinity. What am I missing here?
Infinity?
I mean, Mutant Madman is like not even a discussion.
Yeah.
Granted, this roster here is actually not that insane. Killmonger and Shadowland Daredevil are okay.
Yeah.
Hood's kind of terrible at it. And
I agree with
Inhumans,
Dizzard here, and I don't love the Zergen pick. I think
okay.
you're better off playing either. You could play Meteors. You could
Sword
play
is
Intrusion.
sketchy with
Probably
threat.
not Meteors. I wouldn't play Sword. Maybe
I was gonna
would-
say.
I mean, I still don't hate Spider Portal. like,
No, I got Spider Portal as my other.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Spider Portal's kind of a.
dude, Spider Portals is
Ugh.
the epitome of spammage, and that's what this list
That's
wants to do.
true. Yeah. And you know what? They throw a skull, and all of a sudden they're getting moved to like some rapid
They're getting
fire
moved,
range or
yes.
something.
Yeah. And they're getting shot, dude.
Yeah, the game is getting a little cookie cutter. Like, this is what I feel like I want to run in, like, everything that's not Syndicate or Web Warriors. And even Web Warriors have shifted a bit lately. So, I don't know, man. This is crazy. I'm still not against, personally, Terrigen on paper, but I'm not, like, willing to argue it too hard because it's still, like, hypothetical in my head. But, yeah. Okay, so Madman, Spider Portals, Infinity. It seems
I was
like
gonna say-
super generic, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I
Mine
mean,
wasn't
but you're
that.
also playing like 4-box extracts
And then,
too.
yeah, extracts. I just typed hammers for extracts. I'm such an
It's
idiot.
hammers, spider infecting cubes.
Yeah, I shouldn't even bring it out. I was just gonna say how obvious
Yeah.
it was, but it's just that obvious. It's not even worth discussing. Like you
It might
want
be,
is
you-
you want a lot of targets. To things hold. Cubes is just good because people are killing themselves by holding them.
So there's some cool stuff that Deaton figured out that you can do with cube. You can pick up a home cube and vanish it to Cat with the ninjas,
Yeah.
and then you can R&D her in round 1, so that she can just walk stagger somebody, and as long as she has a cube, she can just stagger every one character every round. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so why do the ninjas have to get her? The
because
cube.
then she doesn't have to pay power to pick up the cube.
Exactly.
But why does it matter? Because she'll get extra power the next turn anyway.
Well, so what you give her a cube with the ninjas, and then you R&D her. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, this is correct because she goes to 2 power from the R&D with a cube that she
Okay.
didn't pay for. Walk, stagger somebody.
Oh, she's
goes to
staggering on
0
turn
power.
1,
Right.
Yeah.
Staggering turn 1. Yeah, absolutely.
and then she
And then
staggers
round
again.
2,
Okay.
She gets 2 power because of cube, and you stagger.
the
her.
cubes. You do it
Oh
again.
my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
obnoxious.
Yeah, dude. They love cubes, dude. This fucking team, they love that extra.
And you have characters on like low health from holding cubes. You can just terrorize them with rerolls. And just die.
Yeah, Cubes is a lock. I think Spider Infected is just cool
Spider
because it's
Infected.
Spider Infected. It's not so much
Well,
like.
spider infected incentivizes spam, which you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want to play wide anyway, and if you have to force your opponent to play wide, that's
Right.
even
Right.
Okay.
I was gonna ask this question. What do you think about Gamma Wave? What are your
No.
thoughts on that?
I think 15
Okay.
threat kind of sucks,
Okay.
So,
and there's
yeah.
not a whole lot of like great control
Okay.
here.
That was my thought. But it was one of the things I thought of yesterday. Well, if they get to the middle, I could just shoot. But...
I think Gamma's in a weird place where everyone thinks they can play it, but everyone's not really sure, and the dice might just
No.
decide that you're going to lose. And
Yeah. Well, that's what I
it's-
mean. Like with the dice that you're adding to yourself because of the leadership. Like, is it? Let's say if it's 15. Let's say if it's you pull Gamma and you're not playing 15, you're playing like 17 or 18 threat, right? Shadowland
Yeah,
Daredevil.
I
You know what I
wouldn't-
mean?
Yeah, I don't know though. I could. It's like
Mhm.
I don't care
I don't
what
think it's
roster
great.
you make with this team.
Right.
You just take some generic like Steve Avengers roster, and even though
Oh.
theoretically your dice are better than his, that doesn't actually
Yeah.
mean you're gonna get those dice the way you
You're
want
gonna
them
get those
to.
dice. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just like Hulk like super jumps up and like throws characters into characters, and all of a sudden everything's just going wrong for you. You know.
It's going wrong for you.
And,
Yeah.
and Gamma is the fastest objective in the game. I mean, I think right. It's like 7
Yeah,
points.
It is. I won a game after 2 rounds playing it.
Yeah, and I've had games where I was up by like 5 VPs and then lost the next turn. That shit
Right.
sucks. That's just very unpleasant. Because sometimes what happens is all your characters start to get kind of low on health, and then the opponent just has some insane swing turn.
Yeah.
And I think this team has awesome swing turns, like the Follow Me, All According to Plan, Usurp the Throne. I think it's got some, even Blind Obsession. I think there's some real cuteness going on here. But I just think Gamma is, it's just putting you in the danger zone.
I think. Okay. I just figured I'd throw that one out there.
No, I get it. I think it's good to do that because I think a lot of people might be thinking the same thing you are. And,
Right.
here's the thing. You might win a lot of those games, but why would you gamble on something like that when you could just,
Right.
outplay people on other objectives or whatever?
Other objectives. Agreed. Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. All right. I think we hit all the hot points. You guys may want to wrap it up. Anything
I
else?
do want to say one last thing. I've
Okay.
been playing Disarm with this. and
Yes.
it's been awesome.
Really? Is it just because of the swarminess of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially, well,
bro.
if you remember back in the DashCon days, remember we were playing Double Map B with X-Men? I
Mm.
think. We were playing Madman for sure, and we had demons. Did we play?
Well,
we didn't play Infinity. I
part
think
of it was we were also disarming on Sword just because you'd be on one side
Wait,
and then
Sword.
disarm on the
Exactly.
other side.
Yes, so you can like tick prio with Follow Me, or they give you prio because they're dying to activation, like getting out activated, and that's when you just like kill a character and disarm the other side, like we used to do, and you just are like, they like can't interact with you very well past that.
Right.
It's been great in like all my games,
Nice.
That's made my list too.
Man,
and then after that you could just bring in cards that are good, like you could play Sacrifice, you can play.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff here already. This is 7 cards.
Yeah.
What about?
I think you got Sacrifice and 2 restricted cards and you call it a day.
Oh yeah, and you have your restricted cards
Is
too.
Brace and Field Dressing because they're just the best cards in the game? Or
Yeah, I would play Field Dressing in this list for sure.
Anytime you go wide, you generally lean Field
Yeah.
Dressing. Even though Medpack probably would be fine in this list, Field Dressing
It
is
is.
just kind of
But I
dumb.
think, yeah, with Spamage Field Dressing.
Yeah, like imagine you Field Dressing your Killmonger and then, oops, I can pay for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I was
Wait,
gonna
hold on.
say-
What can you pay for? Everything. And then, you know what's also really good with Field Dressing? All according to plan. Because your 1 health character gets 2 activations.
Yep.
It's like, what's the worst part of Field Dressing? You lose prio. What's the best part of a call according to plan? You gain prio. Oh, if only I had a way to pay for it. Oh, wait, they damaged my character enough to pay for everything. Yeah, no, that's actually... Field Dressing is just, like, absurd in this.
See, this is where I gotta read cards more often. I put in Cruelty and I forgot you can't reroll.
No, you can't.
Ooh,
Yeah, Cruelty was one of those.
That's still a cute one though. I don't hate
It's
that.
a cute one. It's just the fact that you can't reroll.
I think Sacrifice probably just wins as a generically good card though.
Yeah.
But dude, Cruelty is
Daredevil's
kind of
also
cool.
great at playing Sacrifice, like putting directing attacks to him. It's really good.
And then maybe it's just a character that's affiliated. Sacrifices dies, and then you can now afford all according to plan.
Yeah.
Or you steal Prio, etc., etc. A Sacrifice is a dumb card, and by dumb I mean awesome, and I love playing it.
Yeah, Charles brings Cruelty.
Yeah.
Like Corvus or Domino. I agree with that. Like,
I agree with
Yeah,
that too.
reality characters like Domino or something. But Domino can't even play it. Oh, no, it's unaffiliated. Yeah, so it'd be like Domino and Corvus, really. Or like
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Cruelty is like, you're already like have attack volume, so like why
Yeah,
do
you don't-
That's
attack?
more
Exactly.
rapid fire.
Yeah.
More rapid fire, more shots.
Yeah, if you could
It doesn't-
reroll.
Yeah.
Scale is the problem. Like Blind Obsession scales, and so does, you know. I mean, I guess Cruel Toolish isn't either, but that's really only for Killmonger.
Yeah.
It's so that you almost guarantee the thing you want to happen.
Right. That's the beautiful part about Cold Tutelage. Is like you're only bringing it for one person, and it's like you're not bringing it all the time. Like it's just, you know what I mean. It frees up the other time. It's like, okay, I know I'm bringing this, I know I'm bringing that. Whatever. When that one time bringing Killmonger is like, oh shit, I'm rolling how many dice? I'm melting how many? I'm melting this character, yeah, and I'm gonna get 2 victory points, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously we talked about the other extracts, but hammers is dumb in this list.
Yeah, I have hammers as well.
It seems silly to even discuss it because
There's no
Every-
much to
Yeah, you
say.
don't-
Other than
Everyone-
just give your home hammer to Bucky. And have fun.
Rule number
Have
1,
fun.
play Bucky. Rule number 2, give Bucky the hammer. Everything
Bucky the
else is
hammer.
profit.
Yep. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how much fun we're having building. Look at like.
Yeah, this is a good
compare this to
time.
Fury, you know what I mean? Like.
I gotta say though, I want to do Asgard next for sure. It's like I think,
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I think Heimdall is just sexy in that
I
phase.
think
also think Scourge is pretty sweet.
I
Yeah.
do too.
People are not talking about him enough.
Yeah, we haven't
What?
hot taked him yet, so get in there.
Oh, I already did my hot take.
Like I said, they remind me of when Luke Cage and Iron Fist came out, where everyone was like, "Oh my God, Iron Fist's like the coolest thing in the world." And that's what they're saying about Heimdall. And Luke Cage ended up being like an amazing character in his own.
Yeah.
And obviously, it sounds like both of those tactics cards in their box are Scourge cards. So
Yeah, that's
Man,
kind of
I
what we're
can't
waiting on.
Wait.
yeah,
Yeah. That'll be a fun one to do for sure.
yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else in the chat before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Any questions?
I don't think so. It's mostly just Desert and Charles, but
Hey, Desert Man. I'm sorry that
the
X
chat-
Force doesn't have this.
The chat is
no, there's more people here, but they're the ones talking.
it's the bald meta talking, you know.
Well, I still got
Rude.
hair left. Hold on, man. Well, I balding.
No,
Well,
I
no,
mean
Desert is bald too, right?
yeah,
Oh,
and,
Desert-
and
And
on
so
this.
is Charles.
Yeah, so the,
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell from that beanie he's wearing in that picture, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
That's
does he have
true.
hair? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
well,
Dude, that picture, that was one of the
The
funniest
meme
days
thing?
in that Discord. Oh my God, it's great.
yeah, that we need to
Like
bring
every-
that back. Honestly, that kind of
We
faded.
really do.
That's on you, Chewy. You love Colossus and you love bringing memes back.
Oh my, I do, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
Monday was a great day for me. Let me tell you guys, Monday was amazing.
It was hilarious. What it was.
It was so funny.
Well, the other and maybe a quick version there, Mike. You didn't really explain to me why did you bring Daredevil with Web Warriors and like what's the objectives what's like the objectives
Yeah,
that you're
so-
bringing it for, kind of thing. You know, I realize this might be
Web
a
Warriors
tech
are
question. Which you
Oh, I
know,
don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always struggle when my opponents play like secures or extracts that I don't like meteors or demons. Those are like two of the big ones. And it's just like Gwen and Kat, Miles. They aren't amazing like frontliners. So I'm always on the lookout for like attrition game plans that are maybe more versatile than just having splash characters. I did try like just mono web warriors recently with like Vision and Hood to deal with that, and then I was talking to Cookie about he was playing like Shadowland Daredevil with Kingpin and all this stuff, and I was thinking about it. And I was like, holy crap! I'm already playing Hood. I was playing Vision. I was like, okay, so I could just like put him in and just get rid of these other characters that I didn't like. I had like Iron Fist and Juggernaut, and I didn't play either of them very much. And I was like, okay, I can just cut these guys out, and like, there's a lot of like cool synergies here. I already like Daredevil. I've played him with Web Warriors, and he's pretty sweet. You get another body. He's just as tanky as Panther. He has stealth.
You love stealth.
Dude, stealth is awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm not dissing the stealth. I just can't get over how like most people don't emphasize stealth like you do.
They don't. They really don't.
It's their mistake, but yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well then I just needed him and Bucky. I'm already playing Hood, and I was like, can I make it work without? And I have Black Cat already as well, right? And I have Moon Knight. So Cat's affiliated. Moon Knight has rapid fire, and I was like, oh, okay, can I make this work without Bullseye? And the answer is yes, because I wouldn't play Bullseye unless I needed to like make affiliation at like really low threats, but that's fine. Yeah, so then it just kind of worked out, and I was just playing him, and he was just like tabling people, pretty much, at least getting very close to it. And
Nice.
I also just love Daredevil, like as a character, so it's nice to be able to play him finally.
Is that a question, It says, so Ominous is saying you neglected Rogue, but still love you. Are you
Yeah,
asking
Charles
why?
was saying that he liked Rogue a lot in the 4th threat slot, and I think Rogue is fine. She's very serviceable.
Yeah, I think
Rogue's
she's
really
fine.
good at bullying size 4 characters.
Yeah, the reroll's kind of just like whatever. I mean, it's still good. Anytime you get a reroll, it's good, but it's not.
Yeah, I feel like she's like in the same category as like Vision or Voodoo, where she's just good in her own right, and I don't think the leadership does a ton for her. It's fine, but you bring her for what she does, not because she synergizes with the leadership. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she's kind of like in the tier list pile.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like the mod should be updated with cards and models.
Ooh. I checked now and I didn't see it, but maybe we got to reload or something.
You probably gotta reload it.
Yeah, you gotta leave to like get the mod to update.
Dizzard bringing the heat. I love it.
Yeah, man.
We need to see that Hood 3D miniature. When?
Right.
Should be here now.
That's now? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Breaking news to the TTS community. But, okay then. Should we wrap it here then? I think we've done a good job today.
Yeah.
We did leave out a
absolutely.
bunch of characters, which, Mysterio, Sin, Crossbones, but I don't know. There's just not enough time to go into why we didn't bring characters. I think Winter Soldier's just a badass, and he may have bumped a few people that,
Yeah, I think you should pretty much always try to play Daredevil, Bucky, and Hood.
Yeah.
All the time with him.
All the time.
Yeah, so then everything else becomes a bit of a tech piece or threat value kind of shenanigans, and
You just fill everything else in, right? Depending on the matchup and what you want to do.
Right. So, okay then, well, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you on our next episode, which hopefully will be about Asgard, but thank you, Chewy and Mike, for this.
I guess, when we see what Scourge's cards do, we should do that.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's not that we don't want to do these things, we just, we're mindful, and the timing
We need more information.
Timing is everything, so,
Right.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and have a good day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still streaming. Is the chat like active in any way, or should I just cut the thing?
Hold on.
I appreciate anyone in chat. You guys are special, and I appreciate that contribution.
I think the stream is still going.
Oh no, I haven't stopped it officially.
Okay.
I'll cut out this part when I put in the audio. And
Okay, gotcha.
I do have to head out.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I gotta eat one too. Dinner's ready.
All right. Well, to the chat that's still around, thank you guys for being here live. It's fun, and see you later. We get to look at them. Bye.
Bye.